using the SCA. So, for example, Hackney Council got large numbers of other councils on board and managed to change the planning classification for betting shops so that the council could actually scrutinise planning applications, because it used to be that you could change a shop to a betting shop with there was nothing the council could do about it because it was the same category. Whereas using the Sustainable Communities Act, they've been able to change that classification. So now at least councils can actually say, no, hang on a minute, we've already got 3 betting shops on this particular high street, we do not want another one.
And when was that act brought in?
It was first passed in 2007, then the government tried to get rid of it, and so we had to pass an Amendment Act just after that. We've had now 2 rounds of processes with it. So the big things that have happened are the Hackney proposal, which is about betting. There's another one also by Newham, which has got over 90 councils signed up to it, which is about fixed odds betting terminals, which is basically about people being able to spend 100 quid in 20 minutes on fruit machines and the like, and have councils having more power to stop that from happening. There are proposals around all kinds of things, from parish councils being able to generate renewable energy and sell that back to the national grid, about being able to keep some of the low taxation rates locally so that they can decide how they want to spend it. There are a really broad range of proposals that are being put forward by communities up and down the country. Preston Council is trying to see if they can use it to basically make everywhere in Preston a living wage employer, and then get the Treasury to give them back the money they save on benefits and taxation. Obviously that's a huge ask. But,
yeah. I've got a couple of things. The first is language, which as a non-English person, I wasn't born here, right? I kind of came over in '91. We've called this workshop How the Power Can Be Given to People, basically, more or less, yeah? Which is a passive. We're again just consumers or whatever you choose to give us. Sustainable SCA, Sustainable Communities Act, neighbourhood planning, crumbs. Last year, people in Bosnia just have had enough of Bosnian governance. I mean, I'm from Yugoslavia, from Belgrade, and I haven't kept track as much as I would have liked to of what's been happening. But people in former Yugoslavia are less tolerant of bullshit. And there's a whole book of essays right out at the moment. The really beautiful phrase is, do not settle for the crumbs of democracy. Everything they kind of deign to give us. So have neighbourhood planning, or it'll let you change stuff. It won't. It'll keep the system as it is, with just cosmetics. Direct action is working incredibly well. Housing campaigns across London are saying no, fuck off, literally, to big developers, and saving their homes, because like if you don't have a home, what can you do? Yeah, it's like fighting for basics, getting the basics through direct action, and if that can be scaled up, yeah, I'd like to see that. I mean, I'm really, I don't mean to be too, what's the word, antagonistic, but reforming something that isn't working and never is going to work for us, I think is not working.
I just want to reinforce what you said. I think it's direct action, and not by yourself, but to organize with regionally. And I think we need to use the local newspaper, use 38 degree. We need to use all our communication, because confronting with the local government. I am part of Lamba Pension Action Group. We have been having talk with the leader of Lamba. Nothing go forward, but we keep the pressure to the grassroots. But we link it with the other groups, and we use the local newspaper. The more we expose what's happening in housing, in elderly people, that is, for me, is the way.
So we got, just to try and bring it together, we've got not an advocate, but the idea that there's some crumbs available, but not much more, and that we need a combination perhaps of direct action and pressure from below, plus these local initiatives. But then it raises the question, if people feel powerless, how is this power to be accrued? How are we going to get this power? I think is what's being asked here as well. It's the implication. If things don't result from pressure, then is there a growing frustration at all levels in society at the powerlessness? I think your figures indicated people felt they had no real power. So I'll just throw that out. Yes, sorry, what's your name? Sorry.
Sarah.
Okay.
Yeah. What I wanted to say is that I agree with everything what people have said. I haven't got the solution, but I think that one of the big problems is about the level of information that people have got access to. For example, this legislation that you are talking about, I didn't have a clue about it, and I really don't know whether, for example, people is useful to use it or not. I really don't know. But I went a couple of weeks ago to collect signatures for the National Health Service. I was with other people in Stockwell. That is one of my main issues, the defense of the National Health Service. And what was very interesting, that when I was talking to people, I realized that practically nobody knew about this international treaty, but nobody knew, and I was trying to sell that as well.
Was this TTIP, is it?
Yes, that's
okay.
right. And basically what I'm thinking is that people could participate in, for example, like you are saying it, or more peaceful in whatever way, but the difficulty is that people haven't got the information. For example, level of corruption, level of fraud, I'm just talking about the negative thing. But I think that people don't know. I remember many years ago when probably you were demonstrating as well about the war in Iraq. And I think that we were something like 1 million of people saying, no, we don't want it. And nobody listened to us. And so, with that example, I'm saying, what is the power, of people to overcome or change decisions?
Which goes back to the accountability point.
Come back to you, Samuel. Yeah.
I've just got a question. I'm a blogger for politicsonthefringe.com.
Wow.
We cover fringe parties. I was just wondering if I'd ask everyone what role you think fringe parties might play in bringing more power to people.
Okay. Question from a blogger.
Again, the language thing. I don't want to consume it. I am the power. Yeah, is my answer.
So there's a big issue that you raised, John, about political parties and mainstream political parties, maybe all political parties. Have they appropriated democracy, or are they an expression of the problem of a state which denies people in general access to power? Is the state, the present state of which the parties are sort of connected with, is that, fit for purpose in and of itself? Can we go further with it? I don't know. These are other questions. But the bloggers asked the question, can fringe parties make a difference? What do people think? Quickly, very quickly.
How would you find
Let's
a
ask the
fringe
question
party?
I suppose.
Is UKIP a fringe party?
Not anymore, I guess. You mentioned the Pirate Party. I spoke to the Whigs Party a few weeks ago. So parties like that. I think there's the Something New.
Something New, not the Greens, not UKIP.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, Pirate Party, which hold a couple of seats in the Swedish Parliament, I think, one or two. And I think even in Germany they may have one or two seats, but I'm not sure. Okay, so fringe parties.